Oh, that's
yeah,
gonna be
He didn't
awkward.
do
That's
that.
gonna
He
be
didn't do that.
awkward,
Not
man.
pin that on us.
Look, it's been a long
Well,
time.
Group, you know, our guest,
it's okay.
character.
Just Sigrun's friend is here. Sigrun's childhood friend is here.
I can't fucking wait for these interactions.
And all while we're trying to get the fuck out of here.
The best
Yeah.
part, he's not dumb. He's gonna act dumb. He's an intelligence of 14. He's a
The
smart
Pebble
guy.
believes that this is the best
Hey,
tactical approach. The tactical
His
approach
intelligence is higher than
intelligence.
Sigrun's, so.
Yeah, and so is his
Question.
strength.
What does the Pebble believe the best tactical approach is?
Stab!
What is Sigrun's strength is like a 20 or 21, right?
Let me check.
20
Let me pull up the
You forget
character
about the
sheet.
item.
It's fairly high because
It is?
it's boosted by the it's boosted by my item even, so I get extra points.
If I'm not mistaken, Sigrun is 23.
It's 20 something. I remember that much. I'll
I will
double check
say-
it.
After session is done today, I might just have to immediately leave because I do have something to do early in the morning. So I'm trying to get to bed a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, it's 23, Justin.
This omelet with spinach and tomatoes?
The Pebble has slightly larger muscles.
Yeah,
Well, what's
because
your
imagine
con
we-
though? Because I also have a high con.
My
you're,
con's,
you're very dense.
my con's at 17.
Ha! I got 20.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
fine.
Pebble's
I got-
stronger, but Sigrun can drink more.
But Sigrun has more health.
Also,
I can't-
Sigrun may
Probably.
be out of his grapple range.
I'm immune to crits. What's your point?
wait. When Sigrun's enlarged, what can she still be grappled by the Pebble?
Don't worry, I can also
I
grow.
think so, right?
I can grow too.
Yo,
Depends
No
on how big your
way.
neck is.
this is gonna be great.
The Pebble.
This is gonna be so great.
I can just imagine the Pebble like hugging a giant Sigrun's throat just to choke.
Also, Hunter, Mike offered to, Caleb, his name's Trent, I'm fucking up. Caleb has offered to sell you the Northlands in chat.
Excuse me?
Look in chat, look in Peaceful Hatred chat above the two gifts.
Pardon?
Vulcan.
Sell
Are
it
you
for a
related
price.
to? Are you related to anyone Elvish?
What's your
No.
what's your level in class again, Caleb? A 9 Bard of Eloquence?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at my
You don't be too hard to
Oh,
kill.
we got a bard.
I'll just
We get a
uh,
hard
here,
for one
Don't
shot.
let,
I'll
don't
just,
let fucking sneak up behind you.
I'll just kill you for it then. Caleb.
Mhm. But see, that's a little much because it's a fair price. Trust me,
A fair price?
What's the price?
a fair price.
Watch out with bards though. They could do fucking spell shit. He might just charm person you, make you buy
Caleb,
it.
did you message DM again?
I asked him one last question. That was like,
Oh my god, I cannot.
What is the price currently
Why
on
did
Stabby's
you
head?
do that though?
don't
What
worry
happened?
DM was like, "Yo, do not ask me another question." And then Caleb just asked him
Oh my
another
God.
question.
Caleb's gonna
It's
die.
fucking
He's gonna have
hilarious.
2 minutes in session and then die.
Mhm.
I
Hey
expected it.
guys, look at this random guy. Kills him. Anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm asking if I get something if I kill him.
Attack of opportunity. All right. So, Caleb, what's the price? What's the price for my kingdom?
Simply what I would do, though. I don't have the key for it right now. 5 gold pieces. Small price to pay, I know.
For the key to the kingdom.
The key to the kingdom.
I need to see the kingdom first, and while you do that, I'll go actually become king without buying it from you.
Oh, okay, okay. We'll see what comes first.
I am
Oh.
interested in this
Dude,
deal.
I'd
I'm
kill
How
you
big's
for a
the key?
Klondike bar.
This is a damn good omelet I made. And game start.
Y'all still got like another minute till session starts. I'm just on mute
Yeah.
because I'm grabbing
Yeah, no, we're just
things.
vibing.
Yeah, no, I got
I'm
nothing else
still-
to talk about.
dealing with shit in the oven, so I'm just vibing.
Why is there
Shit in your
shit in the oven?
Good question.
Because I felt like it.
Thank you, Chaston.
Don't you know I'm part dung beetle? Like, that's offensive.
Yeah, I feel like that belongs in the air fryer though.
I don't have an air fryer anymore.
Obviously.
Ask Cameron. He's rich enough to have an air fryer.
Cam, I need to borrow your air fryer for dung beetle purposes.
Obviously, you don't own an air fryer.
Yeah, I'm poor.
We did determine rich people own air fryers. Cameron, therefore, is apparently more wealthy than I am because I don't own one.
Yeah.
either.
Yes.
We have a instant pot air fryer combo. It's
See?
badass.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Robert, I want
Clearly,
to borrow it.
He is the richest one here.
Oh, it was a Christmas gift.
Yeah, Cameron said the same thing. Likely story.
Doesn't matter. You have.
No, I said mine was a birthday gift. Different.
Now, my question, Cameron, do you own a KitchenAid?
No.
See, there he goes, not rich.
Wait.
Every
All
rich
right.
person owns a
First
KitchenAid.
off, I have a KitchenAid because I got it handed down to me. I don't
That's a
know what
different
it does.
What do you mean you don't know what a KitchenAid does?
I don't know. It was a bunch of shit in a box that said KitchenAid, and I just put it on the shelf and
Well-
left it alone.
Like the mixer?
It looks like something like you'd mix things with. Yeah. I don't know.
God.
Yeah, it comes with a bowl.
Oh, see, ours is off. Ours is
whisk
off brand.
attachment.
Oh wait, the bowl. You're supposed to. I just use the bowl for my own shit.
I've had it. I can't!
I mean, I can take a picture of it. It's sitting on the top of one of my shelves, just a bunch of pieces laying there that were all came in the
I'm
box.
down to
so-
have this talk. We can have this talk after game. I'm down.
Does it look depressing? Like a single per-
I can just imagine he's like, just like the bright red KitchenAid.
You
And
know,
it's just sitting there.
like I said, I'll take a picture afterwards. I'll Snapchat it to you, Cook. I think it's, if I remember right, it should be on the shelf right above my Tupperware. Just sitting there. There's a bunch of pieces to it. I never knew what it was, couldn't figure it out, and it's sat in a drawer at my old apartment too. I never opened, so. We can talk about this after session. So first off, welcome everyone. Back to a Sunday campaign. Today is episode 36. The title of today's session, A Crown in Question. Firstly, let me make two quick announcements. First off, tomorrow's session will be an Eventium session because one of the players has real life requirements, and unfortunately they would not move their anniversary. Even though D&D takes precedence, obviously. So we're very
We
disappointed.
rolled rather low on those persuasion rolls.
Yeah, we were very disappointed, so instead we're having an Eventium session. But no, in all truth be told, we're just having the part of the one-shot tomorrow, so feel free to check that out. And secondly, second major announcement, I am somewhat actually not feeling too hot. I've had a bit of a sore throat. I don't have a fever, thankfully I'm not contagious or anything. It's just from drinking too much water and smoking too much pot, which surprisingly can make you sick. And due to the cold air and sleeping with my mouth open, my entire throat's been hurting all day. So I may be less talky this session. But that's why we've got a special guest here with us today who will be joining us, known as Stabby, also known as Tren. Also, I mix up with Grumpy constantly, and you'll get to meet him a little later during session today. This was totally not planned at all for me to be excited to have a guest appearance, so I wouldn't have to talk as much today.
It just makes it better.
Right? So, last time we left off, where do we begin, truly? Our heroes...
We made it to Windsor.
Our heroes, upon being chased by another group of monsters on a Zeppelin, managed to evade this group while being completely charged after for the key they had managed to, pick up. And during this time, the party would, instead of deciding to help these people chasing them that had 3 giant dragons following behind them, instead of helping them, dispatching with the dragons, or assisting the town, the party, having landed in Haven's Hollow, immediately started for the teleporting blue circle that each of the colonial towns has. And after an interesting discussion with an old wizard gatekeeper, the party ended up outside of the city of Windsor. And in the distance, the destruction and complete explosion of Castle Barclay could be heard, but as 2 dragons go tumbling into it. But that's another story for another time in another portion of the time group. So we come back to the party after Hawken mysteriously finding out about both the death of his wife, his child supposedly, and himself, as well as his mother. According to his newly discovered brother, who Hawken didn't gather much to what this character really truly was, other than that he was not related to him. And of course, at the very end, if you watched last week, you caught the very end of the session where a character who's been doing nothing but try to die the entire campaign finally ascended to godhood and became the first god in my world of thievery in quite a long time.
Yay!
So, thus we rejoin this party, who have, after deciding to venture out and being watched by the local guards, the party decided to leave the city of Windsor, heading towards the capital after Hawken declared that he would become king of the Nords. And like any true protagonist in my world, he has already begun to worry that now he has a target on his back to be assassinated. And thus... Yes?
Before we left town, I would have seen if we could get a new newsman, since the last one we had kind of vanished.
With their news thing.
So, as you lot are escorted out, you're not able to stop by any of the market stalls or discuss with anybody, as those local guards that you had seen earlier seem to arrive with Hawken in tow and basically escort you outside of the city. They wish you farewell, and a few of the guards seem to wish Hawken good luck. Comrades in arms, some who have no other choice but to serve whoever they can get coin from in this day and age. As the party begins to head towards the city, or the capital, Bolton Citadel. No, Temidar. There aren't any shops that are open that you'd be able to get into without the guards noticing. So, as you guys are escorted out, and Hawken declares his intentions of becoming king, you begin heading out on the trail. So you imagine roughly it should take you a day or two to get to the capital, or where the capital was. Along the way, is there anything the party would like to do? Assumedly, you will get a long rest, by the way, just in case. Yes, Temidar.
Didn't we have... Oh.
If possible, I'd like to spend some time if we camp out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking through the bag of drugs Tara dropped.
Okay. We will
and
come
then
to that.
also I will go through and utilize my kit, my travel alchemical kit, to see if I can get anything interesting out of a vial of randomness.
Okay. I'll have you roll a d20 plus your proficiency in the background, and then we'll get to the Terra stuff later.
I'm gonna make that a performance roll because
it is not a performance roll. It is a d20 plus your proficiency.
I'm stating that I was gonna roll that got the same numerical value so I don't have to try and add to stuff.
Okay. Alright, Sigrun, yes?
Before we're escorted out, are we able to stop by the shops to pick up the items we commissioned?
Nope.
Because
They were given to us.
Yep.
Oh, they were?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Just want to make sure because we gave a lot of valuable materials to that.
Yep.
Actually, you would see mine on my hip.
Yes. And
Nice.
Lucius?
While we're set up camp and whatnot, could I do some hardcore parkour and see if I could become a little more dexterous?
Okay, we'll come to that momentarily. All right. And Hawken?
I was gonna do something similar, but in terms of strength training.
Okay. Yeah, give me a D20 roll with your strength modifier for Hawken. Same for Dex for Lucius. Let's see. Let me know what you get.
So do like a strength check.
Yes.
Just a 14.
I see my mic is lighting and my mic lighting up. Is the TV here? That's what that sound was earlier. No, not now. It's not. When you were talking, it wasn't. But earlier, when we were in
Okay.
pre-show, I could hear someone with a very light, effeminate voice, and I wasn't sure if that was your wife or if that was a TV.
Yeah, it's okay. Just making sure. I rolled a 17.
17. Okay. And Hawking got a 14. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sigaloon, feel free to do a Dex check.
Nice, will do. Let me find my dice.
And yeah, just type it into the chat. Alright, so as you sit down to relax during the first day of camping, Temidar, as you begin looking through the bag of drugs, popping it open, looking inside, there's nothing in there.
What?
You see nothing in there.
I've been robbed.
She stole
I reach
it.
my hand in to try and check and make sure.
As you stick your hand into it, reaching around, you feel nothing.
No drugs for you.
Well,
Damn,
no, there's
how
a
we gonna
reason
get
I wanted
high?
this.
Tara has all her drugs.
I think about the
God
dream
of
movie that was
drugs.
lost, and I just put a hand in my head, hoping that I can find some now,
Find
because that's
drugs.
the
You
one
put,
way to.
wait, you
stop
said
me.
you put your hand to your head? Give me a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh no! Oh no!
Did I just get myself high? That's a 3. God damn it.
You all
That's
watch,
one
so-
of the 3.
I'll get to Sigrun, Lucius, and Hawken, like what you're doing during your training. But during your training, and as you guys are doing things, you watch as Temidar, getting ready to kind of sit down, sets his potion aside, gets his Akemika kit, lights some fire, start getting some liquids bubbling, and he's warming up. He starts digging through a bag that reads on the side of it, Terra's "fuck off," written on it. And as he kind of reaches into it, you see he looks very disappointed as he pulls his hand out and looks at it. Nothing seems to be there. And as he goes to put his hand on his forehead, you watch as this like purple slime suddenly appears kind of slightly on his head. Not like as in like an ooze, but like just a very clumpy liquid. And Temidar, you start tripping balls. You are seeing rainbows, dragons with squiggly bodies flying around. For a moment you see Terra, a memory of Terra sitting there and talking to you like as if you were a child feeding you, and then it jumps over to Terra as a demon trying to chase you around and flay you alive. You go through a long trip and pass out.
Y'all wondered why Tara was so laid back. There it is.
To the rest of the party, as you look over,
So much drug.
you can see that Terra's bag, as it falls over, as Temidar just kind of passes out, completely almost overdosing on the drugs he has on him now. Most of the drugs look to have fallen out of the vials and just been kind of crushed up into what looks to be some sort of thick powder that's in the bag. But it only seems to be noticeable from certain angles of light as the powder kind of spills out next to the fire. And we'll get to that momentarily. Sigrun and Lucius, as you two start kind of going tree to tree, jumping around, working on trying to get yourselves comfortable, Sigrun got a 7.
Yeah, I did not roll good.
Lucius, what did you get?
17.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, Sigrun, as you go, these trees are not very
And a bitch.
sturdy. As you go to grab one, it breaks immediately. It just doesn't seem to hold your weight very comfortably as you try to run about. And as you're kind of like tripping it over roots and stuff, you just kind of give up after a few minutes as Lucius kind of disappears into the distance. Lucius, you're climbing through the trees. You feel at home. It's very natural being back here in the Nordic lands. These tall firs are very comfortable to jump around in. You're accustomed to putting a little bit of sap on your hands to help out with the grip. And as you kind of go about, you earn 1 point in Dex.
Nice.
Damn.
Hawken, what was your strength check?
It was only a 14, so I don't expect anything out of it.
Yeah, as you're sitting there beginning to, do body weight workouts and being really the main, you and Sigrun comes walking back in, you and Sigrun being the main two watch as Temidar just kind of greens out as he's tripping balls. You hear him whispering weird things in strange languages you've never heard. The strength training doesn't seem to really work for you, Hawken, as you're sitting there lifting. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything after a while. And as time kind of goes on, you kind of relax and start to kind of lay back and just kind of watch as Temidar continues to twitch every few minutes. I want Sigrun and Hawken to also give me con saves, but you will have advantage.
All right, sweet. Do I get something for con saves or no? Let me check.
Who needs to roll con saves?
Hawken and Sigrun.
Us.
Ah, shit.
Well,
that ain't good. That's a 13.
It is, not high enough. Well, poor choice of words.
you didn't say we got advantage, did you? Just a save.
I did say with advantage, yes.
Oh, with
Okay.
advantage, let's roll another one.
Ooh. Yeah, let's roll please.
An
That was a
18.
2.
Still fails.
Oh,
Damn
19 plus 9.
Succeeds. So Sigrun,
Yes.
as you're kind of sitting down, roasting some meat on the fire from your rations, Temidar twitching and whispering weird shit off to your side, Hawken starts to kind of seem to be a little distant looking as he kind of stares at the fire. You notice the fire starts turning a greenish color, and then blue, and then finally purple, and it just kind of stays like that color for a few minutes. Hawken, you start tripping balls as the smoke
did
starts
some
to
of
just
the
get
goop-
in your eyes and
Did
in
the
your
goop get into the
nose.
campfire?
It did. That's why.
Yeah.
He started a fire, then dropped it.
And so as you kind of start to the intoxication starts to hit you, you finally fall backwards and just kind of warmly start snoring. Lucius,
Sigrun's just like...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, Sigrun's just like watching this while cooking her food, like giving Hawken in particular just like a look like, what the fuck?
Mom, I don't need any more baths.
Listen, this is what happens when the wind blows in your face. Smoke.
Lucius, as you come back to see this as Sigrun's just chomping on some rations. Hawken's passed out, Temidar's tripping, whispering about weird shit. And you can see the purple fire as well as the very deep purple smoke.
These edibles
Yeah,
ain't
I'm
shit.
gonna stay away from that.
You just look at Sigrun breathing this smoke in heavily. It looks perfectly fine, just eating some meat.
Lucius, you want some? Holds out like a kebab she's got or whatever.
The kebab is glowing green slightly.
Wait,
Um,
did Sigrun use
no,
the drug
I'm
powder?
alright.
Did Sigrun what, Cam?
Did Sigrun take the drug powder?
No, Sigrun.
She cooked over the smoke.
Yeah, over the fire and the smoke, but due to her con
She's
save, it
eating
doesn't
it.
affect her.
Yeah, she literally, these edibles ain't shit. She's just eating them.
As the night goes
12
on,
hours.
12 hours later, the party gets a long rest. The fire gets kicked out. You all awaken. Temidar's gonna be at disadvantage on all dex saving throws for the next 8 hours.
Oh.
And same with
gonna wake
Hawken.
Pick up the bag and make sure that it's not spilled out any further. And go, there is something in there.
I hate
Not
you.
good. Not
I
good.
hate you.
As you zip the blood.
I
Oh,
hate myself.
There was stuff I didn't sense anything.
There's a lot of drugs in here. They've all mixed. I don't know what to do with this, but this will fuck anybody up.
Dude, the worst part is
I'll take some.
something that was liquid. Like that's gonna be a terrible concoction.
I'm gonna have to basically run tests on this.
Some
from
of
now
those were
on.
just like Becky roots. Like there's a weird
Oh,
thing
I
going
know,
on.
I
in
know
there.
what's in this. I remember.
Although I was gonna say, oh, that dream lily. Oh fuck, this thing's like.
Good thing I
Good
have some in my
50%
personal
remote.
stock.
I will say, out of that pile, the Dream Lily was the least toxic and dangerous. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
at
yeah.
least 50% dream lily going over what was left in there.
So as you lot kind of get back on the road, a few hours pass, and about by around midday, you guys finally come into sight of Bolton Citadel. In the distance, coming up from the southern road, you can see a what looks to be some sort of two figures. One who's very obviously shirtless and looks kind of to be humanoid in fixture. The other is more cloaked and seems to be a little harder to identify, but also looking at least bipedal and humanoid. As you lot kind of continue heading towards it, though, another hour passes, and as you make it to the torn down Bolton Citadel, the city is in ruins. You can see towers fallen over, the walls completely crumbled in. Many of the residents, either that were burned down or demolished from the battle. Carcasses can still be seen kind of spotting the main street as you look into the city itself, and the keep is completely leveled from this distance that you can tell. The city seems to rise to a pinnacle at the center of the hill where the citadel of the castle used to once be. And you see other kind of merchants, commoners, passing around it, giving it a little bit of distance. And as you lot arrive, Hawken, you recognize what looks to be some sort of young-looking Nord, young male-looking Nord in full nobleman's clothing that is the same color as the previous king's house. Or well, at least the last king to rule in Bolton Citadel, rather. As you're coming in, you see the two figures from earlier that were coming up the southern road that kind of stuck out to you a lot. One still riding, or now riding a carriage with some sort of creature pulling it. And the other being a humanoid who has just unmuted and can describe himself.
Of course. Most important thing, he is wearing armored bunny slippers. This is a great start, I know. He has blackish pants on with these kind of bronze-colored knee guards. He's wearing a leather kind of cape that does cover his shoulders. He has a very large greatsword at his side, a kind of metal harness around his chest that's just to hold the cape in place, it looks like. With furred guards. Fairly tan, red markings going up his chest and up his face, blue eyes. He has piercings and a top-knot hairstyle. And now I can post his picture, which is glorious.
For those who don't know what a top knot is, imagine a man bun, just a little bit more hyped.
If you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, there was a lot of those in that show.
Yep. And Voldan, would you like to describe your own character, the one sitting on the wagon?
All right. So Voldan is a 7-foot-tall dragonborn. His scales are that of a bright shade of pink. He is wearing, I want to say, pretty pristine quality merchant-styled clothing, colored or dyed a deep purple with accents of gold and pastel pink. He is currently just opening up his sack and setting out a tarp, and laying out a series of items, getting prepared to start selling.
Okay. as you kind of sit down, Voldan, you knew about the fact that there were a bunch of potentially new kings that were gathering at the center city of the Nords, and this would be the perfect place to maybe get them set up with some decent gear, and maybe potentially rub shoulders with the future king of the Nordic lands, which is never bad for any merchant. As you start setting out your tarp, a couple of your blankets, and people start coming by looking at your goods. A few peasants coming by, some extra merchants. The rest of the party, you pull up and see this group.
I?
Yes, go ahead and roll a perception check to see if you remember or notice the pebble.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I notice the man, the boy?
The myth, the legend.
That'll be a 19. No, wait, 21.
I mean, you reckon this guy looks familiar to you. He kind of sticks out. You're not sure from where off the top of your head immediately, but he does definitely remind you of someone.
Okay. I think if that's the case, Sigrun would slow her pace from the rest of the party and just start making a beeline towards the guy.
Okay.
She is not currently enlarged, so
Yes.
just as a side note for the pebble, she is her regular size.
While that's going on, Temidor will take the time to go find a new world news bracelet.
Okay.
Nice.
And
I will go with Sigrun.
Okay.
Nice, let's go, my
Sigrun's
guy.
a foot taller than the pebble. The pebble's 7'2".
And
Yeah.
Hawken, I assume you're gonna go talk to the young nobleman or noble-looking boy. Okay. We'll come to you in a moment. Temidor, as you start heading over, you see a merchant setting up his wares. A large carriage behind him, full of goods here, scattered different types of goods.
I'll definitely be coming back here because it's good to always discuss with merchants who've been on the road. Having been one up myself, so.
And as you look around, I will say you see no other merchant shops in the town, the ruined town. This is the only merchant that you see at this point that's selling and offering goods.
Let's see if you have what I need then.
As Voldan Temidor kind of starts walking up to you, and you see this tailless tabaxi just kind of sauntering his way up to you, looking still somewhat, his eyes kind of a little droopy and heavy.
Oh, what's wrong, Kitty?
Don't call me that, but small concoction went wrong the other day, and I suppose I'm still feeling the effects.
Well, what can I interest you in today? What are you particularly looking for?
A world news bracelet, actually, as I need one to be able to get in touch with, someone about a deal that I made.
Well, I am sad to say that I, in fact, do not have one of those in stock currently for sale, but maybe you may find something more to your liking down in my wares. If not, that's fine. I will probably have one maybe in a few weeks.
Well, let's see what you have then.
All right. I have a pair of boots of speed, some braces of flying daggers, essence of the toad if you so feel inclined. Got this one recently a few days ago, the candy box of possibilities, a cloak of the dire gooses.
God, the candy box of possibilities, this is terrible. This is the worst possible timeline.
If you are more not wanting to die and want to get more, maybe a new weapon, I do have a maul. I don't require or remember where I quite acquired this. I do have a cloak of billowing, a clockwork amulet, a Heward's handy spice pouch,
Very interesting.
and a folding boat.
Take you get your wares via just travel trade. Having
Yes.
done that myself.
Yes, I do.
Boat isn't bad. Suppose
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit deaf in my ear. Could you speak up?
Temidor was talking to himself there, talks to himself for a moment and thinks, there's nothing here he desperately needs, but... So he's gonna... I would pass on all this right now, but if I see you again and you happen to have one of the World News Breaks, I could really use it.
Oh, sure thing. I may have something for you. You said you were messing with a concoction, and you are a merchant dealer. You do trade, yes?
Usually, I have some things on me that I can trade right.
Well, I happen to have a book that I've used to help get me more set up into my business, and it's actually helping me out quite a bit, and I'm willing to part with it if you're willing to pay a nominal fee for it.
Temidor is gonna think for a moment, not knowing if any book do that.
No,
I'd like to see it first.
I turn around and reach into my sack. And I pull out a fairly thick book. It has a yellow cover. And I hold it out to you to show you.
I look at the cover. Is this the book I think it is, Royce? Is this the
Well done.
Donald
Please
Trump book?
describe the book yourself. I'm not the merchant here. He chose his own goods, and I fully gave him free reign to do as he pleased.
So, the book, the writing is in Draconic. The
Which
book.
I can actually read.
Well, this is a dummy's guide to business deals.
Not a bad thing to have on.
Would you be interested in buying?
Sure. How much do you want?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. I do business a bit differently. Now, while we can do a nominal fee of coin if you wish, I have another option. If you can tell me a joke that will make me laugh, I'll give it to you for free.
Oh. I don't think I know any jokes other than I heard about the woman melted into light.
Oh, I don't think I have. Please do tell.
Her last words were "fuck off," bury me under a middle finger.
Interesting last words.
Yes,
Like-
yes.
Your own mother into a joke.
Yes, just so happens that woman was my mother.
Oh. Was she saying that to you?
I think to the world in general, she was kind of immortal.
Well, I'm sorry. That do you have another joke? That one wasn't really quite funny.
I don't have funny jokes. Leave me alone. I have terrible puns.
Oh, I'll take a pun. I love puns. You ever heard about the weasel in the bar?
I don't think I have.
Oh, well, the weasel walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Wow, I've never had served a weasel before. What can I get you?" "Pop," goes the weasel.
Have you heard about the frog that fought barehanded?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they took his gauntlet.
I am
give a
so
little-
sad that made you laugh.
I know this.
Oh.
Yes, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
I didn't even hear the
Terrible pun.
punchline. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh.
All right, give him his book.
Give me the book.
I hand you the
wrong.
the Dummy's Guide to Business Deals.
The art of the deal.
It's the art of the deal.
Yeah. A
I
recover.
have it back.
You're attuned to it again.
Except this time, instead of it being a tabaxi with his famous hairstyle, it is a dragonborn.
I have no open attunement slots.
It's okay. By the end, it will forcibly attune to one of your attunement slots.
Oh no!
So we're gonna play a game of let's roll to see what Cameron loses for an item that he's gonna have to reattune to later.
Actually, I'll just
Big waste.
unattune if I can end the attunement immediately to the cold merchant attire.
Okay. Alright.
That
For reference
know.
to those wondering what this item does, it gives disadvantage on all business deals.
it does.
A -1.
Yes. But in its truest form, it is worth much more. Yes.
Chance this will be the character to bring out that truest form. I have to hope.
As Voldan chuckles, a few of the peasants kind of just look on with sadness and deadpan annoyance at Temidar shook as they continue to walk by.
I'm also going to pass off to Voldan something interesting. I've been holding into these for a while, but I don't think I should any. I'll pass him off 2 Spitty and Queen gold coins. I don't think you're going to find these anymore. Quite rare. Given what happened to Drow.
Well, I'll take this gift kindly, thank you.
And Temidar will just stand there with Voldan shooting the shit, talking, seeing what rumors he's picked up on the road, I guess.
Okay. As you two begin to talk, we'll jump away from you a lot and jump over to Sigrun, Lucius, and the Pebble. Sigrun, as you watch, or Sigrun and Lucius, as you watch as Hawken heads over to start talking with the nobleman, and Temidar begins walking over to speak to the merchant, along with a couple other peasants who seem to be heading that same direction. You see the man that the merchant was traveling with just kind of standing there, kind of looking as if he's waiting for something for a moment. The Pebble. As you look on, you see this suddenly, this giant Scrofe, along with an older human male. It's not uncommon for Scrofes to take thralls. It's also not uncommon for female Scrofe to take male bodyguards as their temporary mates. While Scrofe female don't look upon Nords with the greatest value, it's not exactly unheard of. As suddenly you see this female Scrofe very proudly walking towards you. And
Very shirtless, also.
Yeah. Yeah. But as you two, yes, sorry, Lucius.
Because of my past here, I have my ears very open. I'm just kind of listening.
You hear peasants nervously joking about the lack of a king and a vampire lord located somewhere in the in the Nordic lands that has been supposedly kidnapping people. Thankfully, because your passive perception's high enough. But yeah, as you two walk over, you see as the Pebble is kind of just standing there.
I recognize you. Name is not coming to mind, but then again, apparently those...
Many people recognize the great Pebble of the Scrofe.
You see Sigrun, pause, and then she, leans down a bit to, stare into your face. And she looks, deathly serious. Yeah, and she's like, no way. No way, no. I knew one Pebble. I knew one... The greatest man I've met, the greatest fighter, who is not of Scrofe blood. If you are the said man, I need proof. Surely you're an imposter of some sort.
Here.
My guy! And she instantly goes for a fucking fist bump.
I'll go for it. Yeah.
And then she's gonna pull him into a strong.
Bro hug.
Bro hug, patting too hard on the back. Just no concept of personal space. It's been years, my friend. What are you doing in this shit show?
The Pebble is looking for someone. Someone copied my fighting techniques.
No. Can't have anything these days.
As you both,
Can't have
as
shit.
the entire party hears off in the far distance a massive collapse of something very hefty and large, coming from the southern road, from farther down the southern road. We take a minute to jump over to Hawken while the Pebble deals with something, real quick. Hawken, as you kind of walk up to this young man, you see, the young man kind of looks over at you, turns and looks to you for a moment, and goes, Lord Hawken of House Windsor, I presume?
Yes, that is I.
He goes, oh, perfect. You're one of the king's, the newly chosen king's candidates. I have your quest and your requirements for this candidacy and test. Would you like me to begin reading them for you?
Yes, please.
Apologies, someone messaged me. Okay. As he kind of pulls out this like long royal scroll with the gold tassels outside on the sides, unwinding it and pulling it up, he goes, "For those who are chosen as the king's candidates, each will be required to manage to gain the proof of agreement by each of the noble houses." And he kind of clears his throat for a moment. Totally not the DM getting some water. He looks up again and goes, "You will be required to gain the approval of House Swindon, Barclay, Tartan, Windsor, Fowther, Calbridge, Ayers, and Kirkwald. Once each of the noble houses have given you their seal of approval, and you have done whatever quest or requirement or made any whatever deals, as there are no requirements to do so, how you gain this the agreement is on you. Once you have gathered all of them, you must bring them back here, and you will be granted access to the final portion of your candidacy. At which point, those who are still standing and those who are left will face off in trying to find the old king's crown. The one who comes out during the final portion of the test with the crown and emerges the only sole candidate will be the victor. This is the decree from the previous kings and the agreement of all nobles that have signed." As he turns it and shows you that all the houses have signed with their sigils.
I have a question for you.
He kind of rolls the scroll back up and yet goes, "Yes, how may I be of assistance?"
There is currently a usurper on the throne of Windsor right now, one who claims to be my brother, but I don't have a brother.
We
How
do
do I
not
deal
deal
with this?
with the internal disputes of each of the houses until a king is crowned. As it should be known, each noble house is responsible for their own in this time of trouble. If there is a usurper, you have one of two choices by Nordic law. Either challenge him to right by contest to the throne. The challenged gets to choose the contest. It could be a contest of arms. It could be a contest of intellect. There are many options. Other options, you could kill him. As of there is no current king, there is no consequence to slaying one's kin. However, once a king is crowned, if that king should choose to hold you accountable for that, then you should note that you will face the crimes as they were committed, regardless of whether a king was crowned at the time or not. He looks up and goes, "And if you should choose to claim your house, then you will, in turn, give up your candidacy for the king, for we cannot have a king on the throne and as the head of his house. Another would have to take your seat of your name to stand in position while you are on the throne."
Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
He nods and goes, "Of course, it is my job to answer any questions of each of the king candidates."
How many king candidates are there, actually?
7.
7. That's
Yes. Only 6 of which are Nords.
Interesting.
He nods and goes, I will be stationed here, along with local merchants, as we are working on Bolton Citadel to revise it and get rid of this damn plague. We've brought some clerics from the backcountry, those who worship the greenery, as you will, as he kind of waves his hand over to to one of the side areas, and you see what would be better described as a mud hut than an actual building, and a bunch of very old-looking Nord men with very long beards, all wearing like cloaks with different bunches of gunk throughout their hair, sticks poking out. They're obviously druids. They're not clerics by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go back to my party now.
As you turn, you see as Tamadar's finishing up with Vol'dan. As you turn, you see as Tamadar finishes speaking to the Dragonborn merchant and starts to head over, as Sigrun seems to be catching up with the Pebble, and Lucius seems to kind of be just crowd watching in general while he stands beside, listening and kind of semi-listening. You can definitely tell Lucius doesn't really care about their whatever they're discussing or bragging about boastfully and loudly.
Their reunion.
Yes. But yeah, as you and Temenar rejoin the party, we come back to the whole party coming together. Pebble, you get to see all these people, and you recognize Hawken as one of the candidates, one of the king's candidates of the Nordic lands. It's been all over many posters in the area talking about a new Nordic king being declared through a candidacy rather than bloodline.
Okay.
And so now I'm with this guy trying to help him get the throne back. I don't know anything about Nord politics. Honestly, I'd prefer dealing with the Tarask thing again, but that's besides the point. What's been up with you?
The Pebble's been traveling everywhere, training his technique. Picked up the great sword after I got a bit bigger.
Yes, I can see that. You've certainly grown since I last saw you. Still, not as big as me, but I can't fault your non-scroffe genes for that.
Oh, well, you see, about height, there's a little trick I learned.
Oh?
I will activate... Where is it? It's the giant size. Yeah, giant's might. As I grow to a size larger.
Yo! Sigrun sees this and she perks up. She's like, no way! And she activates the ring and doubles in size.
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh.
Alright. As you, Hawken, as you
people.
walk over, seeing Lucius kind of standing there now as these two massive people are drawing all the attention towards them. And you rejoin the group alongside Temadar.
So, Hawken, how'd that go getting about that? Temadar will pipe up from behind him.
I need to get approval from all of the houses of the Nords to then get a quest to become king.
So it sounds like we either have to bribe,
So
make them owe us, or enthrall them.
we're gonna have to take care of your family problems before we can do much then, huh?
That's one way. Second way is get the approval of all the other houses, kill my usurper, and place somebody else at the throne, someone who I can trust. Because I can't rule the Kingdom of Windsor and be king at the same time. Either that,
Well,
or I'm going to have to find common ground with this bastard, but I'm not so keen on doing that since you killed my family.
Yeah,
any dual
I don't think that that's an option.
Hey! Okay, so either way, it's safe to say we're going to have to kill this guy either now or later. Pebble, what's your current employment status? Are you looking for work? Because sounds like we have a bastard to kill, among other things.
The Pebble is always game. I was just here escorting this merchant since I was heading the same way.
Then you... Oh, is that his name? Hello. I don't recognize you.
As you
She, like,
turn,
leans down.
the Dragonborn has just appeared beside the Pebble out of nowhere.
Ah,
Hello. You are quite
that
big.
is... Yes, you are quite small. And pink! I've not seen that before.
Oh,
No,
yes,
very-
unique complexion.
The name is Sigrun Bjorneklo, and she offers a large hoofed hand out to you.
I reach out to grab your hand. Voldan's the name.
Nice! She grabs and shakes it. It's painful. Not like bruising, but painful. As she shakes it.
Quite a grip you got there. Oh, God.
Yes, I've killed many things with these hands. And she just smiles as she lets go.
She's also killed something with her back.
Oh yes, I crushed a man once. That's a story for another time, Pebble. You'll love to hear that one. I took inspiration from you actually a little bit.
Finally used those unarmed fighting techniques.
Yes, a bit. I did some grappling with some wyverns that went very good actually. I have
Larger
not
beasts
used.
make for training partners for grappling.
Yes, they do. Plus, they just have such, grabbable necks. They're just, like, there.
Anyways, Hawken, where should we head out first?
That's a good question. I know I just sent you a message, DM, but since I'm talking, does on the Google Drive for the Nords, is every one of the castles a
Nordic
place
house.
of? Is a Nordic house? Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, that's good
Most
to know
important,
because I
which
know
one
you
do
kind
you-
of gave me a whole bunch of names, and I'm like, I can't write that fast, so I hope there's a list somewhere.
Yes.
All right, that's good to know.
So, do you want to try going to the one that's furthest away, or the opposite side of your household? Because we could also, say, have the other house side first, and let them lead the crusade against your house. And Temnor will put air quotations there because usurper on the throne. And then crush him out.
Okay, and while we do that, if we do that, I have to find someone who's gonna take the throne of Windsor in the meantime. When we do defeat him, because
Mm.
I can't run Windsor if I want to be king.
Could you not find someone willing from another house? Say, like someone who's not gonna inherit, like, you Nords, you have the oldest takes the throne, yeah? Get, like, a second or third son or something.
Yeah, I might have. I don't want to. It might have to be done through marriage if that's the case.
And if that's the case, well,
I
it
could
would
probably.
so take wife wouldn't be the.
Feels almost wrong to do it so soon after losing the one I really love, but.
We still don't know the news that revival's not impossible, so I can't say anything.
Correct.
Other than, well, we do have the potion for resurrection, so maybe once everything is settled, bring her back.
We'll see, but. So, DM, on the map, I kind of want to. What is closest to the Bolton Citadel?
They are all equidistant minus Aya's Keep, which would be the farthest.
Gotcha. Alright. I guess we'll just
Which,
start.
which house left your house?
That actually
sounds
is a good
weird.
question. Yeah.
I was.
Which
I
house
think-
is on the best terms? Was on the best terms, as I know, with my house.
Give me a history check.
Yo,
Let's
let's go.
say
doing that.
we could always have a house right next to your house and just go counterclockwise.
Can I also make a history check?
Sure.
19.
19, okay.
And while they're doing that, Temnor is also gonna look
Um,
at Lucius
That
Did you
is
wait
a
till Lucius
22.
Bacon?
22. What were you saying, Timidar, as well?
I'm gonna look at Lucius and just be like, "You're a Nord. You could say something. I'm not pointing this out because the moment I do, he's gonna call me an interloper. Damn it."
I will say,
There.
as far as it goes, House Windsor is not very well liked because of the fact that they are military focused. They are also Nord purists in a sense that meaning that they believe Nord should be, Nordic. And so they also don't have the benefit of most of the other houses do of having good alliances outside the Nordic kingdom. They're kind of an isolated family and are known mainly for their ability in the military and their previous loyalty to the previous royal line to an extreme, being one of the only houses that has never rebelled.
So, interestingly, if you show up with this diverse of a group, with a Strophe, another Nord, a human land, and a cat person, it'll be looked at a little different.
Human from the Scrofe land, thank you.
Yes,
All
he
right.
is one of our own.
I definitely need DM, you do have a map of the Norlands, right? Where would I find that map again?
You looking for cities or geography or religion?
Cities.
Give me 2 seconds.
And if Uldahan will travel with us, that's even more diverse. Along with the chance to make...
You look around and Voldan has vanished once again.
True merchant.
For someone so brightly colored, he sure is sneaky.
As you
You're
turn around, you
yellow.
see him laying on, or sitting on the blanket, or the cloth that he's thrown out, and seems to be talking to a couple of peasants selling them merchandise.
Let's start with Ayaz.
Okay,
What I was thinking too.
interesting. Okay, alright, so as you lot begin heading on your journey, we're actually going to stop for a second. Volden, are you going to follow this lot to see what happens, or are you going to continue on your own journey?
Well, hearing about what they plan to do, I feel like it would be better to follow with, as this might lead to more merchandise selling, and hell, maybe potentially getting the new King of the Nords in power might help me out later.
Okay. So as you begin to follow, alongside with your carriage, kind of getting yourself planted, the party begins to head on their long walk and journey. You lot will pass through the city of Litito. Let me find it. Okay. So as you guys begin heading towards that direction, it'll be about another day or a day and a half worth of marching. As you lot kind of head off on the distance, the roads seem to be very well protected, as you've yet to see any monsters, any bandits. As you lot head out, though, eventually coming across this town, you come to what looks to be these... this town almost looks like a small city as you look about. Very short walls. You see people in very simple peasants' armory. Very basic leather. Some very cheap-looking hunting bows. A couple of them seem to have scythes and different matching weapons, mostly scythes and axes. Kind of patrolling around the sides of the city's walls. Inside, you see these tall 3-4 story buildings of just nothing but white walls with copper piping running through them. The streets themselves, you can see, seem to slightly glow as they're made of a simple blackened rock material. Very cobblestone-like, but as you can see, it looks almost as if they're producing heat in these colder times, warming up times. And most of the people you see walking about that aren't in, what looks to be like almost a local militia's uniform, seem to be wearing either fine merchant clothing or like low-end nobleman's clothing. You can hear from almost a good half mile of the distance the amount of people chattering. Hawken and Lucius, you would know that Latito is one of the richest settlements in the entirety of the Nordic Kingdom, and that actually the key for all major sea travel comes through Latito due to the rather large river that comes right up through the city, where most of the transport ships from the Far East lands like to travel through as they're going about and either heading into the Voli lands or if they are planning to turn or continue to follow the river through the Heli lands.
Question?
Yes.
Considering where the ships pass through and it's the major seaport, would Sigrun have any experience in this city? Just because I know Scrofe tend to travel by water.
Sigrun has not been to this city before, but it would be very well known to her as well from her time serving amongst the Scrofe, as this is one of the main trading ports that the Nords offer. Actually, it's the only trading port that is offered to the Scrofe. But yeah, so as you guys continue on your march, Voldan, the last time you came through these parts, there wasn't really a town that you can recall. To be fair, the last time you were through these parts, most of the Nords were still very simple thinking, playing with sticks, poking rocks, and eating insects. So, not much of an improvement in many cases, but as you lot kind of come into continue heading through the city, the guards kind of stop you, immediately recognizing Hawken and let you through. And almost immediately as you guys begin walking on the cobbles, you feel the heat from the streets. This city is heated. The pipes themselves, you can hear running water from the copper pipes. And you see a lot of dwarves, a very lot of hardy mountain dwarves kind of walking about and doing business. For those of you who speak both Dwarvish and Common, you pick up on the unique dialect in the city of Latito called Half-Dwarfish, or as many refer to as Halfish, because around these territories there's only two languages that fall into that category, and that's Half-Orc, or Orc and Common mixed together, and Dwarf and Common mixed together. But yeah, as you lot are kind of walking through, people shouting, selling things, merchants kind of moving gear about throughout the markets, many shops set up with looks to be traveling customers coming through, and you can hear the ships and sailors coming from the docks in the eastern part of town. It's a massive town. Has hooves otherwise. Yes. Those of you who are bare feet, you will be at disadvantage with dex checks and dex saving throws while you're in here.
Poor Temidar.
The great pony slippers.
I have slots that I can wrap around my feet at any point in time.
True.
Yeah.
Also, Voldan has a carriage he's kind of riding on and being towed by.
Yeah, so I can just be up there on the carriage with Voldan and keeping an ear out for World Trade News.
I don't think we know he's following us, do we?
He is.
Yeah?
He's following up behind you lot right now. He is traveling with you.
Okay.
I don't know why you're walking. You can join.
I think I'd crush carriage or kill your horses with my
What are you
weight.
talking about? You're pulling the carriage.
I wasn't asked to, but I'm not against it.
Oh, pull
The
carriage
best
muscles.
workout.
Yes, workout.
As you lot get around Latito, kind of walking about, a young-looking, black-haired, kind of darker, tanner skin young man kind of comes running out, wearing what looks to be just a simple leather jerkin, I believe is what it's called. Here, let me see if I can have an exact picture of what I'm referring to.
Yurkin, I don't know.
No, there's a specific term for it. It's a black. It is called a leather jerkin vest. It's basically a longer leather piece of armor. It's was very common for blacksmiths to wear something similar to that when working to keep the fires from hitting their cloth. Anyways, Yeah, you see this young man kind of walk around, come walking towards you a lot. Very simple, but yet what looks to be very well used gear. And he kind of noticing Hawk and kind of walks up to the party and goes, "Are you lot one of the king's candidates parties?"
Maybe. Who asks?
He goes, the Lord of Ayaz has decided to leave his quests here to keep less of an influx of people coming through his castle with all the situations going on.
The King of Ayaz?
King is the term that his people use currently, yes. There has been discussion on whether whether Ayaz will stay with the Nordic Kingdom or split off to be its own nation. As you can imagine, it's a little on its own from the rest of the territories.
Okay, so by completing this quest, I'll get the stamp of approval.
He nods and says, "Yes, the Lord Ayaz says anybody who can complete his quest will be granted his endorsement."
What's the quest?
He looks about, kind of looks around, seeing if anybody's really paying attention.
The Pebble is always listening.
Telenor's watching.
And he whispers into your ear, do you want me to say it out loud or PM it to you?
No, you can go ahead and PM it to me.
Hunter keeping secrets, the enemy.
I don't want to hear anything from you, Cheston. You're like the one who keeps the most secrets out of any of us. I swear.
The Pebble is open and like book.
The Pebble is an open book.
He kind of
You just must
leans
read very
back
slowly.
and nods and goes, "You have received your message. If you need anything further, there is the Small Merchants Guild that's set up here called the..." And he kind of looks up for a second, not trying to remember, like, as if he's trying to remember the name. He goes, I think it's called the Broken Anvil, but it could be called the Newly Forged Anvil. I don't know. The man changes his the name of his guild every other week. And he has something to do with how he gets away with the tax system around here.
Closing and opening new businesses under.
Thank
new
you, lad. I
names.
appreciate it.
He nods and goes, "Of course, it is my job as one of the members of House Ayaz's staff." And he kind of turns and starts heading back into one of those buildings in the side alley. You hear the hammering and kind of get the realization it's probably some sort of blacksmithy of some sort.
Okay, I'll go and back to the group. All right. So we got a quest that I don't want to say in city in case those people are listening in. But do any of you need to stock up on gear of any kind before we head out?
It wouldn't be bad to see if we can get at least replace the bracelet Mother took.
The Pebble has one
And the healing potions would be good. We're low on those.
I can make more of those. Alright.
But then we'll need glass vials to put them in.
Temodar slowly reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out an entire crate. I have enough.
We'll take the time to fill those then, and pass them out to our new friends. And she gestures to Vidon and Pebble.
I will be taking do that.
All right. Anybody? Pebble. Are you all good equipment-wise? Do you need to go to the anvil, broken anvil, whatever it's called, for anything?
The Pebble kind of flexes, checks his muscles to make sure they're okay. Is like, muscles still good, ready to adventure.
Don't worry about the buns from the last city we were in.
Okay.
Temodar's gonna take a moment and pull this quarterstaff off his back and offer it to Lucius or whoever wants it. I don't really need this. It's useful, but I can't quite make use of it properly. Who wants it?
Not me, but I will say, Temodar, I appreciate any health potions you can send my way as well, but I'm going to have to leave you guys, because I'm going to head over to that Broken Anvil store, so if anybody wants to come with me, by all means.
It is
Otherwise-
blacksmith. Yes.
Need anything, but I will come along.
Alright, thank you, Lucius.
Sigrun will turn to Voldon and Pebble. You guys have any use for a Durga Great Sword? Because I have it. I can't use it. If you can't use it, I will sell it.
I guess they don't want it.
Once again, the merchant has banned.
I assume the Pebble wouldn't want it, but
Merchant is
he's
gone.
awestruck.
Oh.
The Pebble can carry a backup greatsword if you really don't need it.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Caleb, are you back?
Yes.
All right, great. You have an answer. Well, actually, you might as well want to get the question first, huh?
Yeah, I was
do you
gonna
want
say,
a great
Sigruna
sword?
turned to you and the Pebble and asked if either of you wanted a Duragar greatsword.
Oh, I could probably sell that for a good price.
And Temidor is offering
Yes.
up to Lucius and anybody else who wants it a staff of counterspell.
I'll take a
Oh,
staff
that's
of
good. I wish I could
counterspell.
wield that.
Okay.
You'll take
Yeah.
the staff of counterspell?
Wait, hold on. It's an attuning thing, right?
It's attuned, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
you have
never
to be-
mind.
I can't utilize it, so.
I'm only attuned to one item, I'm gonna be real.
Do you
Yeah,
like it then,
have him
Pebble?
get it.
The Pebble can use the staff if you need to
Yeah,
see.
it was the pebble
Okay.
can have the. staff
Okay,
of
Pebble gets the staff of counterspell and a Durgar greatsword.
Yeah, I
well,
only have one
Yeah.
attuned slot left, and it's gonna be used here
Yeah,
soon.
I'm only attuned to a belt of fire giant strength.
Can the Pebble use the Duragar sword?
It's a great sword.
Is
Yeah.
there any requirements?
It doesn't have any requirements.
And no, it's just attunable, and then you get a +2 to attack and damage rolls, and you gain 1 to each attack.
Is the Pebble not a monk?
No, he's
No.
not.
I told you I rebuilt him. He's a
Nope.
paladin.
Oh, fuck me.
He's a healer.
That's why he was carrying a greatsword earlier.
I didn't realize you rebuilt him. No, I thought you were still running that monk grappling
No,
monk
yeah,
you were
that's why
building.
I had messaged you when I did it. I'm like, the Pebble has been rebuilt for later use.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So as you take the 2 items, Voldan starts kind of what?
I would say I thought Vadan wanted the great sword, unless the Pebble wanted it.
I said,
Pebble
if
will
it'll give a
take.
good price, I don't need it. I have another greatsword.
Yeah. I was
I'll
gonna
take
say
it
if the
then.
Pebble didn't want it.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do a little barter. What items you got, bro? Trade?
Oh, we can perform a trade. Well,
Yes.
Ah.
I'm afraid anything that requires attunement will not entice me. I'm kind of maxed out, but if you have like just a cool potion or something, I'm willing to do.
He's a folding boat.
well, yes, I do in fact have a folding boat.
He has a
We
cloak.
do need a boat.
He has a
We're out.
I have a cloak
Our
of
flying
billowing.
ship. Let's see.
Oh
Oh,
man. And if you want potion-wise, the only thing I have currently on hand is a Essence of Toad.
what does that do?
Essence of Toad is a very interesting concoction. It can do all sorts of things. Can turn you into a toad, give you webbed hands and feet, give you a prehensile tongue, or make you a giant toad monster.
That sounds cool as shit. Would that be a fair trade for that? Would
Well,
you?
sure. I'll take it,
Alright.
but I would like a joke, please.
Oh, you want the joke? Okay. Let me think. And you see, she pulls out the holding. She like taps her chin with the blade, just like, Okay. I think I have one. I picked up on my travels at sea many years ago. Where do pirates get their hooks?
I don't know. Where do they?
They get them at the second-hand store. Ah?
I let out a little chuckle and hand you the small glass
Ah,
potion that's in the shape of a toad.
Yes.
Alright,
And she
Teminar's
will
gonna
give
look
you the sword.
Teminar's looking at Sigrun waiting for the ask of, hey, can you repeat this? Knowing
Yeah,
it's coming.
I have no
I
idea
know
how
it.
this man is a successful businessman.
Well, you see, sometimes people don't always tell jokes, and which then I didn't require money.
No, Sigrun's always willing to tell a joke. Alright.
I got by on a pun. Let's not forget. I got by on a shitty pun that
Hey,
wasn't.
tactic. Sigrun has an essence of toad. Be afraid. Who knows what she plans to do with that?
Sorry, I had to grab a cough drop. All right. So, I assume after trading with Voldan, you are heading with Hawken to this
Yeah,
Anvil place?
I'm not unprotected considering the current situation at his house and with the Nords in general. So yeah, I'm gonna go as security.
Okay.
I'm on duty. I have hand on the handle of my axe, and I'm keeping an eye out.
What about you, the Pebble?
The Pebble will post up outside. He does not need me.
Temidar, are you following Hawken in, or are you just going on your own little thing?
I'm gonna go see if I can't find a World News bracelet, because I gotta get this crystal put into one of them useful. Get all the
Okay.
complicated ones when I have stuff to trade.
Okay.
We're in a ton of merchants.
Voldan, send me the full explanation of the thing later, including what it is, because I was in the restroom.
Alright.
And then
Toad oil.
Lucius, are you following along with Hawken, or?
Yeah, I was going with Hawken.
Oh. So, as we'll jump over to Voldan first. As the rest of the party kind of splits up, Temidar going down or out on his own. The rest of the party heading off to the eastern portion of the city where this supposed anvil place was. Voldan, as you find a comfortable place in the market and begin selling your goods. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find my thing. Hello. Let's see how much you manage to make.
Alright.
Alright. After about 3 hours, you make around 5,306 gold pieces.
Jesus.
As time goes on, you get offered a couple of interesting items that you can add to your inventory for things to sell, like a sentinel shield, a book of tricks, and a broom of flying.
Alright. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking punch this website.
Don't worry. I got you, bro. I can copy and paste that
Thank
so you
you.
can just keep that and do that in the background.
Thank you.
So yeah, as you kind of sit down, it's not the greatest profit you've ever made, but for a town of this size, it's a pretty good day. No one seems to treat you like shit. Most of the people seem genuine.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of unique in this world, in your experience. Well, also, it's unique because, humans only so long ago were basically worthless creatures. So, right, you ever get to the part of a cough drop where the center's like really gooey, and you're just trying to get it down because it's so fucking like strong?
Yeah.
That's
Where are you
where
at?
my mouth is exploding with. I don't know how to describe it other than like mint.
Gotcha. So it ain't like the cherry lozenge, isn't it?
No, I got a Ricola. Give me one sec. Holy shit!
Cola.
You're so hilarious, Cameron. I hope you never make that joke again.
Also, well, that's the tagline of the commercial. It's also like 3 years out of date.
It is.
That is
No,
dangerous.
my Ricola, the ones that I have.
Yours are 3 years expired.
Robert, no.
At least.
God.
The last time I bought Ricolas, I wasn't in college yet.
Oh.
As Robert, I'm going to tell you what Robert said. We call that the money shot.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh. Fuck. Alright. So,
Get you-
I'm still dying, but it's okay. As a professional, I will keep going.
More professional. Tony the Tiger now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do know about the item. Don't worry. I'm the one who made the item. Alright. So yeah, as Hawken, we'll come to you in a minute. Temidar, as you kind of separate away from the party, heading down one of the main busy roads where you see shops are setting up, one catches your attention that has what looks to be a little round circle and a globe, different squiggly lines drawn on it. It looks very similar to a globe with your perception. And it reads below it, Flat Silencia.
Ignoring it. This feels like a bad idea to walk in there.
As you walk by, you see they sell world news bracelets.
Fuck it,
Oh.
I'm going in.
Yep. It's
Well,
fast.
that what a turnaround.
As you walk in, this Nord comes in kind of with like these really crappy put together glasses that are just two pieces of what looks to be really forged glass, but seem to be kind of rough in the frames. Comes walking over and kind of, very simple merchant's attire. You kind of look around. The shop is filled with just maps of of the planet in a flat form, and everywhere it's written that Silencia is actually flat. Nord comes
Ignoring
over.
this because I have traveled around the world and that would be impossible if it was flat.
The Nord comes over and goes, it's rare we get any customers from so far out east. How is it on that edge of the world?
Dying. Like the rest of it. How much for the world news bracelet?
It goes, well, we get world news bracelets from all around the world, so, we sell them for about 5 gold pieces a piece. And he just kind of looks at you as he kind of waits.
Temihar will produce the 5 gold and
Yes.
bracelet.
Okay, he starts to count the gold and sets it down on the thing. He goes, we've got a brochure if you'd like me to tell, if you got a minute. I'd love to tell you about how
No,
Silencia isn't round.
Please do hear him out. I want to hear those.
I want to hear it.
No, I'm not going to suffer that, thank you.
Hear
I
those.
want to see you end
He
up
goes,
becoming
it's
a
all
believer through
about
persuasion
the
checks."
sight lines. Like, if I can look on and continue to see things, then how is the world supposedly round? It makes no sense to me.
Sir, I don't care.
Yeah, but you
Wow.
should. This is a big political
I have
discussion
been
and
through
movement.
hell, I've been to the astral sea. I don't care.
The
If
astral
it's
sea
flat,
doesn't
it's
exist.
flat.
The astral
Yes.
sea doesn't exist. That's just
It's
something the
round.
clerics spread.
Oh, trust me, no, it's not. I lost a part of me there, and it's not a fun story. So
Sir,
I'll just take
there's no way. We understand that you may have been tricked by the media and the groups that are in power, that you went to a place and lost your tail there.
Scanned by Big Cleric.
But trust me, it's all just magic. It's just someone using a minor illusion spell on you. Maybe a major illusion, maybe even a higher level of illusion, but it's always magic.
and I have a right not to give a shit.
Cameron, cut
But-
your fucking losses, please.
But sir, you really should care.
How about this? I show you something amazing. You hand me a bracelet, and I'm gone faster than you.
Sir, let me. And he starts kind of to bring you back. He goes, we have an entire room and class set up for this, for every new,
I'm going to just get the bracelet, and I will duck out and leave faster than he has ever seen anyone leave.
At least you paid for it.
As you
I did-
full speed, he just kind of looks back and goes, but I guess I converted him too, and kind of goes back to his little register and starts reading his book.
I'm going back to where Voldan is set up, and I'm just going to sit in the wagon and get the crystal combined with the bracelet.
You're just okay. So you're just gonna go. Okay, you're gonna
And
get
then
a
I'll sit
random
there
man that
talking.
you've only met 2 days ago's carriage, and just sitting there and wear. Okay.
I'm going to sit in there, and then I'll sit in there copying potions for the rest of the time. 'cause
So
fuck
Voldan,
that.
about that chloroform you were asking if you could learn how to make.
I have a more effective version in this pouch here. Would you like to buy?
But all right, let's. We're gonna jump over to Hawken real quick. So Hawken, as you and the rest of the party minus Temidar continue on towards the anvil shop that you were told about, you come together, or you come to the eastern area where you see the very large port. Piers going far out into the river, ships that full war galleons with 2 to 3 decks worth of cannons, some crewed in the hundreds, a couple of docks set up in the above air where you see flying zeppelins fully docked and set up. I'm dying. I love it. I hope it's spicy food based. As you're Or as you're walking up, you see this rather simple shop. Looks to have a couple of outdoor seatings. You can hear hammering inside as a smith is sitting there beating at something. The clanging of metal on metal. It looks to be some sort of merchant's guild mixed with an inn, mixed with a blacksmithy. As you look about, there are barrels of what looks to be something, some sort of drink in them that have been sealed up and stacked up against a wall. You can hear and smell the burning metal coming from further within. And one of the younger looking females that's working at the front desk has some kind of almost mid-chest beard going down, fully long raven-like hair that goes all the way down to the lower back, wearing what looks to be simple smithy's working uniform. She comes out very freckled, with bright brown eyes, and kind of comes around and goes, new people to the guild. Are you looking to sign up as merchants, or are you traveling merchants?
None of those. I have a question though.
She goes, usually we charge for questions, but we'll see what you are looking to ascertain.
Okay, well, it might be a series of questions depending on how you answer this one. Do you know of the Windsor Liberation Cannon?
Well, it's famously of the House of Windsor, was lost a few hundred years ago, I'm guessing, in that it was some big cannon. That's pretty much it.
Could you fix it? If you
I
item?
couldn't. I'm not a smith. I'm just an apprentice. She looks about, but the master of the house probably could. He is a master of magic item forging and reforging. Though he has managed to blow up the inn twice this week while trying to reforge an item. But you're in capable hands. He only charges 1,000 gold a day.
Well, then I'll have to come back when I have more funds available to me. How much do you charge for questions? Yeah, Sigrun?
Sigrun, perks up. She's like, if it helps you out with this whole situation, she, eyes the person, seeming to actually choose word carefully for once. With, the... I have money on me. I have a lot of money on me. As long as you pay me back when you're king. Throws a wink.
I appreciate this, Sigrun. Then, yeah, I'd definitely like to talk to your headsmith.
She goes, King, what lands are you becoming king of? And she starts kind of writing down some information about the Windsor Cannon request.
My name is Hawken Windsor. I'm a candidate to the Kingdom of the Nords.
She kind of smiles and goes,
yes.
Oh, yes, sure. Hawken was killed recently. You probably don't want to go around claiming a dead man's name. Especially one that was known for becoming a master assassin.
I'm not dead!
She looks about, ignoring Hawken. She goes, did you hear that he slaughtered an entire island of humans single-handedly with a simple dagger?
If only he had a dagger. It was a cloud. It was a storm cloud from the Lich.
You speak as if you were there, she smiles as she continues writing.
I was.
We were there.
Oh, yes. No one managed to escape there from what we were told.
Oh, we had a flying ship before we lost it. Yeah, I went through the astral sea on that thing. Not very fun. I found it fun. Other people not so much. Nearly died, but that happens a lot. You get used to it.
She just kind of nods along and goes, yes, I believe your adventures must be grand, just like those flat worlders and their belief.
Flat worlders. Have they seen mountains? The world is very much not flat.
Wait, is there a freaking lie detector? I can take I'm not.
She
I'm
goes,
not dead.
sir, you need to calm down.
Hawken, calm down.
What's up?
This is only becoming of a future king.
I'm just.
What's up, Chesta?
Hunter needs to invest in Zone of Truth.
He died!
I'm not dead.
He goes,
Not
now,
dead.
I
Hey, it is
understand.
not in our favor.
I understand if you want to claim that name that is on you. It is not my right to judge. Let me put the request into the headsmith and see if he's available. One moment, if you will, good sir.
What I want to... Yeah, Sigrun leans down to Hawken, has to, like, really lean down. She's like, what I don't get is if they don't think you're Hawken Windsor, the Windsor cannon are requesting repair. She just kind of chuckles.
The gal leaves.
The world's a crazy place.
It's fine. If they don't know you're alive, any assassins sent after you won't know where to find you.
Well,
It is good for security.
I'm pretty sure the assassins that would be sent by my brother and all of the Jade police that saw me. No, I'm currently not dead. Even though that's
Not
the lie
they,
they
but
spread.
other kingdoms.
Lucius, as you're kind of standing outside holding up posts watching people, you watch as this very grouchy-looking, grumbling, youngish, and very short dwarf comes kind of walking towards the shop wearing nothing but an apron and seems to be not wearing any pants, no shirt, just a smithing apron, and what looks to be some sort of light brown bandana as he's walking, and a long black beard that seems to be just covered in soot.
Can I hold the door for him if he's coming in?
Yeah. He kind of, as he walks up, he looks at you, Lucius, and goes, "What are you doing outside my shop?"
Waiting for the person in there trying to buy from you.
Oh. Well, good on you. And he looks at the pebble as you open the door and just nods and walks in. He is fully naked.
Yo, the pebble feels that.
Yep. As he
The
pebble.
I could admire it. I could admire it.
He walks in, looks at you lot, and goes, "Huh, kid, they ever tell you you're a spitting image of that Hawken Windsor?"
You
See, look.
I'm not dead. I am Hawken Windsor. I'm not dead.
Yeah, sure. You're a Hawken Windsor, and I'm the king of the orcs. As he kind of goes behind
You're
the
the
desk.
king of Yorks? Very cool. I've not met many kings.
Sigrun, please, not
He
now.
looks up at Sigrun and
What?
goes, "Our
This is
Scrufe
your
always,
Hawken, he's the king.
are Scrufe always so dense, or are you a special treat for my demise?"
Oh, well, I'm specifically dense because of my item that increases it. But, yeah, I'd say I'm a little denser on average than most, even in my normal form.
Well-
it is kind of,
This hurts.
combat, and, you know,
This hurts more than the flat
physical
Valencia
attack.
person.
He looks and he
I
goes,
should have killed him.
You haven't tried to fuck any of my customers, so you're doing better than most Scrofe, and you haven't tried to fight any of them, which is better than all Scrofe." Yes.
Well, I have more important things.
This young girl kind of comes out and kind of looks in shock and kind of runs up and kind of starts putting a cloak over the man. And he goes, he takes the paper from her and starts reading it as she's like trying to put something to cover him. And he reads out loud, "The House of Windsor's Cannon." Yeah, you got that. Now, what's your
You wanna see
actual magic item that you have?
The Windsor Liberation Cannon.
As young man, I made that item.
All right, well,
Show him.
You could fix it.
yeah. So then you can fix it. Great.
Of course, I made it. It's not hard. It's just a quick trade with a couple of the dwarves in the farther north, and I can get the metal material if you actually had it. But it's in fire. It was supposed to be the gift of some fire giant prince.
Well,
That did not end well.
we had to get it out there quick.
He kind of looks you
Yes,
up
I
and down
recall.
and goes, "All right, well, prove it. Show me this cannon."
Okay.
As
Now
Is
pull it
your
out.
grandfather still gonna be there? Because I'd love to talk to him
No, I've
again.
had a
Let me
hard time
tell
getting
you,
in
he had
contact with
great
him.
stories.
As you pull out,
Maybe he'll
set
talk to
down,
me.
he looks at it and goes, "Hey, you're no a member of House Windsor. You're far too scrawny for a member of for the Bjorn's son."
What do you mean?
I've
Plus,
been
to be
trying
honest,
to help him, but
I don't know if you heard
Well,
this. I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but Hawken of House Windsor himself is supposedly a master assassin that even defied the god Logolthus himself and told him to fuck off to his face and walked away.
I mean, that did
You don't
happen.
strike me as a man that could manage to fight his way out of a bottle of juice, let alone a bunch of undead.
bottled juice. That is how we killed that one guy. Technically,
That
we put
is
it in the
how-
wine.
That is how
But
we did.
I mean,
get-
if you think
yeah.
he is a master assassin, would he not be on the smaller side? All assassins I've met have been quick and nimble. They don't tend to be
Yeah.
like me.
He
She
looks-
flexes a bit.
He looks up at Singer and goes, I have met the young lord when he was yet a wee lad. There's no way this scrawny little shit is anything like him. I mean, he had greatness
been
written all over him.
He's been underfed this entire time. That's
Well,
all
you
that
know what
happened.
puberty does to someone.
Since you
Shit
managed to steal this cannon, I'm assuming you killed the poor kid. So, as good as I care, you've got his namesake.
Is there a way I could prove it to you that I
The-
am Hawken Windsor? I'm not dead.
You're willing to ask. The pebble has no truth.
You're like,
He's
"Hey,
shouting
Gus,
this. Does the
listen,
pebble enter?
I believe you, kid. You've claimed the name. I fully believe you. Yes.
Ask the cannon. Get his grandfather.
I am
His
Kenneth,
grandfather.
King of the Nords. Jesus.
His grandfather
Whoever that
probably won't
is.
want to claim him, but it might help him out if he does.
He looks
She,
at
like,
the
taps
cannon
the
and
cannon.
goes, "There's nothing left in there. That spirit's been forcibly moved on. Whatever was linked to this is no longer. But, seeing as
Ah,
you're the
shit.
possessor of the cannon, I mean, I should be able to get this done within about 2 weeks of work. I should be able to get it to a decent shape.
Remember, you can get a crystal.
If you are the real Hawken, then you're probably on your way to deal with the king's candidacy quest. Which, to be honest, if you manage to become king, no one will be able to question who you are, I imagine, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
so...
the plan.
By the time you return from whatever quest you're done with, I should have it ready to go and fixed up. I imagine just in time in case the real Hawken shows up. He gives a wink at Hawken as he picking up the cannon.
You know, you're funny. I like you.
Yes, oh lad, I don't like you, but I hefts the cannon up. At least you brought me back one of my original pieces. As he kind of starts marching it back into the back room.
How much will this cost again? Sigrun asks as she gets her coin purse.
You'll find out when it's done.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's good to know. All right.
You hear hammering and swearing coming from the back.
Well, I guess in the meantime, I'll go ahead and attune to my heavy crossbow that I have, so that I have a weapon again.
Okay. As you and Sigrun kind of come walking out, you can see Temidar coming from down the street. Lucia's kind of standing at the door. The pebble seems to be kind of messing with something as he goes to open the door for you. And as you walk out, Hawken, you just end up with a massive thing of blue liquid just slathered down your face and down to your chest piece, and onto your crossbow slightly, as the pebble
you
just
ruined
looks
my
on
paint
at
job.
you. You watch as the pebble just waves this paintbrush right over you.
Oh, waste of paint. My apologies.
Why?
I tried to stop him, but
You're a painter now, Pebble?
You'll see.
The pebble has discovered his
Uh.
artistic side.
Yeah, Hawken, you're covered in paint, which in this time period is a mix of basically, if I'm right, tallow of sorts. I'd have to double check. And certain kinds of rare earth metals or bug guts.
Mm-hmm.
Or in some
Mhm,
cases, animal shit.
Was your mouth open?
I wasn't gonna ask that, but alright.
No.
If
we're
so,
gonna-
you may have cancer.
I don't know. That's how it fucking works.
Ian, what year are you looking for paint? Oil
Talking
needs-
like late medieval,
Okay.
I would assume.
Well, it was just lapis lazuli for most of the medieval era, except for in portions of Africa, where in some cases it would come from certain insects.
Medieval artists would mix ground pigments with egg yolk.
There you go. So the taste of egg yolk and woad leaves, by the way, is what makes blue paint. Most commonly, because lapis lazuli is actually very expensive.
It could be a lot worse than egg yolk.
You got seasoned egg.
What possessed you to
Will
paint over
he?
this man's
Will
door?
he? Will he see what is painted on his chest?
No, it's just blue paint.
He wasn't painting the door. He's painting his chest.
Well, it's just blue paint to him.
Okay.
Well,
I need a place to wipe this off. All right.
I was not expecting him to put the paint on you. I just asked him, "Can I paint something on my chest?" And he said, "Yeah, what color?"
Blue.
Oh, wait, you said on your own chest? Oh!
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
I read the Pebble would like to paint Hawken on his chest. I thought you meant you wanted to paint Hawken's chest. So, that's what we're going with now.
You done both. You painted Hawken on your chest and
Wrong.
painted Hawken's chest.
I was about to say, I was like, why is it on Hawkins?
I misread it,
You've
that's
done
what we're
both.
going with.
No, give me my paint.
No.
Come on.
I guess you're...
You know what? If Pebble, please wipe my face off.
Okay.
Takes out a
With what
old
cloth?
cloth, like a piece of cloth from an old shirt, and starts like wiping your face. It smells of the Pebble and nothing but sweat.
Well, he wouldn't have old shirt. He just has a fur that he makes like his shoulder pads and stuff out of.
There you go. So the smell of sweat, smoke, and the Pebble now just erodes upon your lip from this
This is
slightly
not
damp shoulder pad.
This is the furthest thing from what I intended.
This has not been my year. I can tell you that.
What's a harmless prank between friends?
His
What's
full
a
dad
bit of
comes
blue
pulling
paint in
up
the
in his
chest?
carriage.
That was not Scruffy prank. Scruffy prank gets much bloodier.
Ah, yes.
Temidor
I'm
having
familiar.
filled up a bunch of potion vials in the back in the
Mhm.
time period that they've been waiting.
Okay.
So everyone's set to go. We could leave town, then I can discuss. Actually, does the did he give me any information on where this would be? The
Nope.
quest?
Nope.
Do I know of the location?
Yeah, so most commonly, royalty, is typically in one of, two places, Strongdale or Eagle View Tower.
Okay. That's... Ugh.
By your estimation, it'll probably take you about a week to walk there.
Do you get to
Or
Strongdale?
carriage.
Carriage, 5 days instead of 7.
We'll just
Let's go.
we'll get there.
Ah.
Yeah, alright. Alright, we head to Strongdale.
Okay.
That is the plan.
Does the rest of anybody in the party, disagree, or is everyone falling in line to
No, but
continue?
I don't think Sigrun will fit in the cart, so she'll probably have to walk alongside it
That is correct.
in her big form.
Once we're
Yeah,
out
but
of
she'll
the
keep
walk,
pace.
You know,
Yes.
I do have definitely a question. Is there like a stable that sells horses around here?
Not
Just,
that you
you know.
saw.
No.
They do
will
sell
not
zeppelins
fit
and boats.
They sell zeppelins.
You know, Hunter, good idea about the horse thing. The Pebble, when ready to head out, is going to cast Find Steed to get his own horse.
If they sell zeppelins around here and Hawken discloses that, Temidor will go, I will fund one
You will fund a zeppelin.
if I have enough money on hand for it, yes.
How much money
If
do
not,
you have?
I can help.
About 17,000 left.
I don't know if that's enough to.
I think I have more than that. Math is hard.
I can count it for you if you'd like.
Stay away from
I
the
can do
cash.
that as
Too
well.
many.
Tigrun.
Too many coins.
No, I think it'll just be better if we go there on foot. It'll be enough time for us to get there and get back from my island and be ready. If you really want to spend money on a Zeppelin, we
When we get
can.
back, do it.
You can do it.
I will say, as the Pebble casts Summon Steed, in comes marching a little bit slightly, almost pony-sized, corgi-looking horse.
But I get to pick. Why is it a pony?
It is pony-sized, looking like a corgi. With the features of a corgi.
This is my friend.
Alright, well, pony up,
What is
Mr.
this?
Pebble. Let's get a move on.
It
Alright,
is-
come on, let's go. Because he starts walking.
Oh, before we leave, I will, however, pass out some potions to everybody.
Okay.
How many members of the party are there?
Core party, including yourself.
There's 6. There's 5. There's 6, including myself. Yes. So.
Well, 6
Uh-huh.
if you're counting Voldan, who will only be here for 1 session.
No, I just went to the campaign page. Yeah, there's 5. I counted boys.
Yeah, because Voldan's in there.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, so that are you gonna give Voldan potions or no?
you know what? Everybody gets 8 potions of supreme heal.
Okay.
Awesome.
As
Let me make sure that's the actual proper amount that I can give out though before I set it in, because yeah. No, that wouldn't be. Fuck me. Math.
you can post your math equation in the chat.
No, I'm just doing things wrong right now.
As you lot kind of gather together, Sigrun kind of marching on foot, the Pebble mounting up, the rest of
Everybody
you,
gets
Temidar
7, sorry.
sitting in the back, and
Everybody gets
Lucius and Hawken, are you going to walk alongside, or are you going to stay in the carriage?
I'll ride with Valdon.
I'd like to walk aside.
Okay. All right. And then
I'm
Temidar-
old.
Yeah. And apparently ignored for any right to a claim. All right. So as you lot begin,
I do want to say, after we get a good distance away from town, I'd like to just give the rundown of what the quest is.
okay.
Everybody now had 7 potions of supreme healing. I corrected.
Which the quest is to cut down the eldest orc prince.
You should have just said so.
Well, I
This is
wanted to
fun.
say it
Fun.
out
Oh,
loud.
what's another prince? Already killed one.
Yes, fair enough. I know. Surprisingly, it came from an actual person this time, and not my god.
That's.
She might
honestly
want
better.
in on it too.
As you lot are continuing down the road, about 30 or 40 minutes as you're outside of the city, you see, or suddenly appears inside the cabin of the of Voldan's little carriage, which the only persons inside are Lucius and Temidar. A chameleon just seems to poof into the
Yes.
thing.
I'm gonna roll to see if I know what
Uh-oh.
this is.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What would I roll?
Uh-oh.
Give me a well, it depends. What are you trying to realize about the creature?
If it's dangerous.
Then you can give me a nature check.
It's a chameleon. It's hanging out.
That's a nat 1 for a 2. It is the most lovable thing ever.
Ouch.
Anyways, Temidor will go back to focusing on either. Actually, yeah, he's gonna focus on seeing what he can do with this weird powder that's now in Terra's pouch, pulling it out and testing it in his alchemical kit.
The
Carefully
chameleon...
with a
Oh, go ahead.
testing it carefully with pulling it out with a spoon, not barehanded, because
Okay.
I don't want to go through that trip out again.
As you begin messing with it, the chameleon suddenly appears on your shoulder, Lucius, and you feel about 60 pounds just suddenly appear there. And you hear something whisper in your ear. electrification.
Oh god!
It's
Yeah.
him!
I knew it was him
No.
immediately.
It's the only chameleon that does this.
Yep.
How does Lucius
boy, it's not-
respond? I think you're on mute, Lucius.
No.
Okay.
Say no.
Thinking.
Say yes.
Do not agree.
If you don't say
Say
yes, I will.
the pebble hearing electrification.
What?
Yes.
As you say what, the creature repeats electrification.
No.
Revivification. Just wait and go
I
ahead.
don't know.
Reincarnation.
As you don't respond, it kind of tilts its head for a minute, and then reappears. It disappears into a puff of smoke, and just seems to settle in on on the top of Voldan's head, and quietly starts snoring. And that's where we're ending
We've got a new
today's session.
best friend.
Thank you all for watching. We apologize. We're ending session without too much today. The DM is still isn't feeling too hot with his throat being very sore. And look forward to next session where the party's gonna try and assassinate an elder prince.
What do you mean assassinate? We're gonna challenge him to a fair fight and kick his ass.
Fair fight means it's gonna be me versus him.
That's true.
Nah,
I cannot
Ooh.
wait for this duel. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next time, and tune in tomorrow for a one shot during Oventium, and we'll see where the new Brotherhood gets us. Thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Oh, yes.